the signs, keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I could help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
Funny as it may seem, it's over the hump day, and yes, we are over the hump, boys and girls. It's 10:23, and on a Wednesday evening here, you're listening to Butch On Sports. Simply Butch is here, and as always, thanks for tuning in. Daylight saving time is well in demand, or is it here? Nice and sunny day today, although it was chilly and windy here. Just getting close to summertime, boys and girls. Close to summertime indeed. We're going to do what we got to do and give you some sports news that you definitely cannot get enough of. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A lot of sports news we're going to give you today. We're going to start off cheerfully here. Yes, I'm going to start off very cheerfully here because what I'm going to do is give you some sports news. Again, kind of would take the woes out the pro line here. We're going to deal first and foremost with some of the good stuff here in basketball. Let's first and foremost start off with tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, basketball is going to be hot and heavy at Calvin Arena, at the Van Noen Arena there in Calvin College, a new venue for the girls here to play their finals and whatnot here. And it's going to be something, I guess, really special. But I'm going to give you some sports news again that you can't get enough of. The finals and the semifinals are going to be taking place there. I'm going to give you the participants tomorrow in those, indeed, to wet your whistle. I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Okay? So, let me first and foremost get the decent brackets here. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I'm going to press some buttons here religiously. I pressed the wrong buttons. So, do I get penalized for it? No. Let me give you. Let's do it this way here. Let's just keep on going without disturbance here. The Class A game is going to be East Lansing against Saginaw Heritage. That's going to be on Friday. I do believe that game is going to be at 2 o'clock. The 5 o'clock game, and that's the quarterfinal here. So let's do this. Let's re-trigger our steps here. Let's re-trigger our steps and pull this board up here again and push the right buttons here. Well, we're getting off to a roaring start, aren't we, kids? Okay, let's press the girls. And let's go to the finals here. Let's start off with Class A. We'll deal with that first and foremost. Here we go. Here we go indeed. Now, let's get the brackets all set on up for you for Friday. The semifinals. This is for Friday, the 16th there. Grosse Pointe North at Saginaw. That game is going to be at 12 o'clock on, yes, Friday. The second game is going to be at 2 o'clock. That's going to be East Lansing and Wayne Memorial. That game at 2 o'clock on Saturday. No, not Saturday, on Friday. So those two games I just gave you will be Friday's games. Class B. That's also going to be some Friday's game. As soon as our board turn up, we'll tell you what's going to be the participants in that. This game at 5:30 is going to be Jackson Northwest against Michigan Central, or Michigan Center, I should say. And the next game is going to be Detroit Country Day against Kingsley. That's going to be at 7:30. 7:30 on Friday. Now, we'll go to Class C because these games are going to be tomorrow. First and foremost, in Class C, boys turning up, everything is working right, and I'm happy about it. Detroit Edison Public Schools, that's in Detroit, one of Detroit's lone participants in there. This is a 12 o'clock game between Edison Public School Academy against P10 Westphalen or Westphalen, okay? And they haven't lost one game this year there. That's going to be a humdinger indeed. And the second game at 2 o'clock is going to be Ypsilanti Arbor Prep against Maple City Glen Lake. That's going to be at 2 o'clock. Now, we'll click our board here because tomorrow these are the evening games in Class D. Class D will be board. We're coming up here shortly, and it's up. And let's see. Chessell will go against Waterford Our Lady. That game is going to be at 5:30. And the second game is Adrian Lenowich Christian against Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart. That game will start at 7:30 p.m., not a.m. That's tomorrow, okay? We got all the semifinals in the hole there. We took care of all of that. Now, without further ado, we're going to press our button here. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. And it has in the past here. And look at the boys' final. Today was the quarterfinals in all respects here. We're going to look at those particular quarterfinals here that will be coming up very, very soon. These are the winners in the quarterfinals. They're going to be taking on some good teams on Tuesday of next week. The girls will have it all this weekend. The boys will get the quarterfinals starting next week. This is, do believe, Class A. Class A, Warren De La Salle against UD Jesuit. That's going to be at UD Mercy. The second game was Flint Cayman Ainsworth against Clarkston. That's going to be also a game at 7 o'clock. That's going to be in Grand Blanche. The second game, the game further down the list, or I should say the quarterfinals at 7 p.m., will be East Lansing against Holland West Ottawa. And the other semifinal game will be Belleville against Novi. That's a 7 o'clock game at UD Mercy as well. Now we can go to bracket B. Bracket number B here, okay? And switch our gears a little bit here. We'll deal with this, and it's up and running. Let's see. Benton Harbor against Williamston. That game is going to be in Iona. The second game is in Chelsea. Will be Dearborn, Divine Child, and River Rouge. River Rouge, only one game lost this year. That's going to be in Chelsea. That's 7 o'clock game as well. All these are going to be 7 o'clock games here, boys and girls, by the way. The other bracket to be filled will be New Haven against Bridgeport. They'll be playing in Corona. And the other game will be Grand Rapids Catholic against Boyne City. That's going to be played in Big Rapids. That's a 7 o'clock game. That's in Class B. Congratulations to all those regional winners who are taking part in the quarterfinals in those particular games I just mentioned. We'll get down to Class C, waiting for our board to change. And voila, it has changed here. Detroit Edison Public Schools, one of the lone public schools that's going to be represented in Detroit against Unionville Seba Wani, and that's going to be played in West Bloomfield, Grand Rapids Covenant, and Stanford Medium Early. That's going to be played in Fremont there, that particular game. The other bracket to be filled for supremacy will be Kalamazoo Christian and Monroe St. Mary's Catholic. They're going to be playing in Kalamazoo Lloyd Norris there. And also, the next game that I'm picking out here is Maple City Glen Lake against Iron Mountain. That's going to be played in Petoskey there, up north. So get ready for that one, boys and girls. Congratulations to those regional winners who took on their responsibilities and did very well. Finally, we have Class D. There are some surprises here. We'll pull them off. Cedarville against Dollar Bay. They will be playing at Escanaba. Okay? Southfield Christian, Flint International Academy. They'll be playing in Goodrich. Okay? And we're going to talk about that, those seedings and also those visitors in a moment there. They'll be playing Flint International. That'll be in Goodrich. Okay, the other bracket for the quarterfinals will be filled as Marcellus Howardville against Hillsdale Academy. They'll be playing in Portage Northern. And the other one is Buckley. Scott Nason. He will be working on a Tuesday. Of course, the game will be on our regular game on a Monday. I'll let you know. And Hillman will be the team that he played. They'll be playing in Gaylord. Yes, Scott Nason will have to get in this car and go to Gaylord, but that's okay. He's working that day. Okay. Buckley will be playing there. So those are the quarterfinal participants or the regional winners tonight who played and stuck it on out there. They're going to get the rest of the week off because the girls are going to be taking control in the state finals at, yes, Calvin College at Van Noor Arena. Okay, that's somewhere I do believe maybe in Michigan. I hope it's not in Kalamazoo there. I don't think it's in. I will find out the location tomorrow's show and give you directions, maybe from Metropolitan Detroit, how to get there to Calvin College there. Congratulations to all who took part in the regional finals tonight. Okay, for the boys. And the girls who are getting their rest for tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday for the semifinals at Van Noor Arena there. We got that out of the way. That was hard, but you know what? We got through it. We got through it all here. And, woo, I'm not mad with anybody, but you know what? Our boy here is going to have to improve a little bit here when we come up there bringing up all these particulars there. We'll keep on with some more sports news we can get enough of in a few secs here. Do you have your brackets filled out, boys and girls? One more game to go. That's Arizona State playing Syracuse. And the last I looked on the board here, Syracuse was winning. No, yes, they were. They were winning by a couple of points there in the second half of that particular game there. And Syracuse is winning. And the game is going on right now. We can't give you a whole heck of a lot because on True TV, if you have cable, True TV, I have no idea why they will not put these particular end games on regular TV. Now, from what I understand is, if you're in any of those particular regions there, those games will be showing up on the CBS affiliate. So the people in Syracuse and near Arizona State, they have nothing to worry about. Period. They have nothing to worry about because, again, they'll be seeing all those games on the CBS affiliate. Other than that, boys and girls, you got to go to True TV, East Coast or West Coast. Most of the cable affiliates have both regions available for you to watch that particular game there, which is ongoing right now. Again, hopefully we'll get some news about that before we get off the air. And we normally would or would not. Let's get some more sports news there. Let's pick on the draft here. Let's pick on, we won't pick on the draft because that's upcoming next for pro football there. Detroit Tigers are closer to pulling down their final 25. We have no score on what they dealt with today? None. Okay. I'm not going to mention it because it doesn't count anyway. Detroit Pistons played last night. They played the Jazz and got their rear end kicked into a no-not-one. I would say Stan Van Gundy is in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. They didn't show up for this game at all. Yeah, Devin Williams, or Devin Mitchell, I should say, for Utah Jazz. The Pistons could have had this guy, but they picked Luke Kennard instead. And it's been a big fat bust. That'll be one of the reasons Stan Van Gundy have a meeting with Tom Gores, the owner here, because this place has been reckoned to no not one here. And if you think the Pistons are going to make the playoffs, they're going to have to rally like I don't have no business. Because they're on a long road trip on the West Coast. Won't be back home for several weeks, maybe at least this week, of course, because the place is going to be dormed, and dormed, we'll get to that in a moment, at Little Caesars Arena for the first rounders. Okay, but the Lions was doing some things this particular week there. Today is the first day you can sign any players because after 4 o'clock there, you can go after free agents and sign them and be living and happy ever after. The Detroit Lions got linebacker from the New York Giants, Devin Kennard. He agreed to an $18.75 million deal, and that's a good thing. And Chicago Bears linebacker, used to be Chicago Bears linebacker, Christian Jones, have a 2-year deal worth $7.75 million deal. Lions also re-signed Tavon Wilson to a deal. Hakati Nagata, he is gone to the Philadelphia Eagles. Good blessings for him here, you know. A little bit more money, a year too late on being on the Eagles, you know. Of course, they're the world champions, which went well in his endeavor. Don Marbert, he's been the center for the Detroit Lions for years. They re-signed him. Kerry Hyder, they re-signed him. Defensive end, he got hurt last year. They re-signed him. Malcolm Butler, which the Lions were trying to chase down, he's gone to the Tennessee Titans for 5 years. Good deal for him, okay? The Little Caesars Arena, concession stands and all the other good stuff is going to be open at 10 o'clock. It's going to be free admission and parking at Olympia Development parking lots north of I-75, available for the public. All 8 teams will be practicing, yes, on Thursday for 40 minutes each at Little Caesars Arena. Yes, the 2018 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship first and second rounds at Detroit state-of-the-art Little Caesars Arena in the District of Detroit begins on Thursday, the 15th, with the traditional open practice ceremony for teams to see, like Arkansas, Bucknell, and Butler, and Cal State Fullerton, Michigan State, who will have a huge contingent up there. That place is sold out on Friday, don't you know, boys and girls here. Purdue, TCU, and either right now Arizona State or Syracuse will be joining them. Right now, Syracuse is leading in that particular game. Let's give an attaboy for the Big Ten schools. The WNIT Birds of Indiana, Michigan State, Penn State, Purdue representing the conference for this year's tournament. If you don't know the pickings for the NCAA for the women's, some local teams are in store for that particular there. I do believe Michigan is one of those teams who got picked up in that and in the seeding there. We'll go all through that tomorrow's show. I promise you there. On the winners and losers, because then the women start Friday. We'll go in depth with their particular goodies on their brackets and whatnot. Now, I just talked about a few minutes ago about brackets. And I tell you one thing and one thing for sure. They didn't make it too easy. They didn't make it too difficult for me. You know, I filled out about 3 of them, 4 maybe. I don't know. I miscount there, but I picked for my finals. The final 4, I picked Virginia, I picked Michigan, I picked Purdue, and I picked New Mexico State. I got the winner to be Michigan for the championship, and God bless you all, but that's what I got. That's what I got. Michigan will beat New Mexico State in the finals. Although, I did watch Texas Southern tonight against Xavier. Xavier is about the weakest of the first seed teams there, who basically I didn't think deserve a first seed. That might be a barn buster too. Texas Southern University. Please look out for that particular team because upsets can be had, especially if you see that 13 and 14. Michigan has a distinction right now of having a 14-seeded team in Montana. That'll be their particular vice at 9:40 tomorrow. Yes, 9:40. University of Michigan will play Montana. Of course, Michigan State will be playing at 7:10 on Friday. Yours truly will be down there. So we're going to have either a very late Butch On Sports on Friday night or we will do it on Saturday. And that's going to be a very crowded day indeed, especially when it comes down to covering the girls' goodies as well as some of the action on the barn-burning brackets here. Now, let me say this before I go on my long little ceremonial speech there, because I only have maybe a good 5 minutes of a good talk on maybe certain subjects that's going on downtown today. Now, first of all, let me congratulate those kids all through the United States and throughout the country who participated today with their legal rights of the First Amendment. And they walked out of their schools today and did it peacefully like it should be done in most of our doggone categories when you walk out in peace. I have not seen one school with any doggone fatalities there. Yes, we had some fatalities in some other schools, but those schools that we find out were very poorly had ears. And when I say very poorly have ears, and I'm not going to mention those particular schools, it's because some of those teachers and administrators didn't give a damn about those kids. Matter of fact, they tried to discourage them from walking out, exercising their rights. Now, most of the particulars that I saw today, okay, in metropolitan Detroit, the schools accepted that, yes, you do have a First Amendment right. And you're going to do it peacefully, walk out peacefully, do it with brotherhood and sisterhood, and deal with it like it should be done. Martin Luther King would be proud of those individual children today who walked out of them schools and did it on an organized base. Very proud. Cass Tech, they walked down to the Spirit of Detroit. They met schools like King and other schools. And there's schools like Detroit English, East English, that the principal said that you walked out of school, we're going to lock you out for the rest of the day. And they did it. So that's bad news. Those are bad administrators. Those are administrators who don't give a damn about kids in general and their rights or their doggone just dealings on being safe. Shame on you. Grosport North, same thing. You tried to stop those kids and tell them what they could and could not say in their speeches, and they said anything contrary to what you wanted to say, and I'm talking about Mr. Superintendent over there in Grosse Pointe North, you would have them hung to dry or threaten to take away their privilege of participating in their prom or their graduation. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. That's not American. That's not allowing those kids to exercise their rights. Again, all the children I seen walk out today did it with peace. Did it with organizations. And you know why? Because the teachers and also the principals of those particulars accepted the fact those children have a right to be safe in their schools. And they want to let the adults who are responsible for them know that they got to do a better job of protecting them and making sure that their schools that they're being sent to, they're public, charter, Catholic, or whatever it may be, are safe. Security is at its utmost, doing their job. And we got security guards in schools that are doing 5 or 6 hats. They can't watch the front door. And God bless those schools that have locks on them where basically you have to ring in to get in. So that's a good thing too. But again, that security is the most important portion of situations being bogged down or being stopped. So we hopefully have some conversations. What you can clean up in-house, clean it up in-house. Listen to those kids. They want to be safe. They want to come to school. They want to have a great doggone experience. They don't want to come back scared, or they don't want to come back knowing that the child they sat next to is being buried because of belligerence and stupidity from adults who don't get off their ass and stop this madness that their guns means more to them, or somebody purchasing a gun who shouldn't have one is more important than our children's lives and prestigious ways of getting it done. They deserve a life too. Let's not shorten it by being stupid. I'm done. Get off that high horse right quickly, easily. We are going to be on there late, very late tomorrow, because the goodies are going on here. But I tell you what, we will be on tomorrow on the Thursday edition of Butch On Sports. We will do that, because I promise you there, we will do that. Oh boy, I do a lot of things. I haven't done enough yet here. This was pretty long, pretty smooth. Well, not so smooth, but we got it done here. Butch On Sports is a presentation of My Darling Productions. You can hear Butch On Sports definitely on Facebook. Go to the Facebook page, type in Butch On Sports, and yes, you get this podcast. You can get it. Yes, you can get it. I'm also on the game. We will be back at our regular time on Mondays, boys and girls, on the Eagle 95.1. And our favorite watering hole. Yes, we will. Scott Nason, E.J. Russell, also Dave McCabe, and a host of thousands, maybe hundreds. We'll give you some sports news you can't get enough of on that particular day. That show starts at 6 p.m. WUPN. Yes. 95.1. The Eagle. And you can't remember those call letters. Well, it's 6 o'clock. The live version from 6 to 7 o'clock. I will truly be on there about 6:45. And we go into our podcast version where we get into some subjects that you just can't get enough of. I tell you, some of the subjects we discuss here, we argue, we fuss, but we have a right to sit up there and have those doggone little seances there because you care. And you got to talk it on out there so we can do something about the good, bad, and the ugly here. And we'll talk about that on, yes, the game on Monday. Scott Nason will be working next Tuesday, so I'm happy for him. Buckley's in the dealing. And so is River Rouge there. They'll be doing their thing next Tuesday as well. So, hey, we're done. Have a great day, everybody.